Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today at the Smart
Hi
Boss
guys.
Summit. Uh,
Yeah.
it's been an awesome experience all the way. And for this session, we're going to be having OTHMAN ABDULRASHEED. I call him a personal development expert. Like, OTHMAN is all about personal development, self mastery. Like, really, you need to understand yourself, you need to know yourself for things around you to work. So today, you'll be talking to us about how personal growth can affect the growth of your business, because you understand that you cannot give what more than what you have. So you cannot give from an empty well, you cannot drink from an empty well. So today, he'll be teaching us, and my pen and paper is here. I'm willing to learn. So over to you, Atman. Thank you so much for being a facilitator at the Smart Boss Summit. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Grace. Thank you guys for joining in, and I mean, thank you for having me. This is an immense opportunity to be able to impact, the little that I know on your tribe, right? Now, let's go straight to it because there's no time to waste, right? So, personal growth, a key to business growth. You see, so one of my mentors, John Maxwell, wrote a book, and on the book it's called the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. When I read that book, it totally changed my life. And I realized that there are a lot of things that we do as big. Hello? Sorry. Yeah. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, network happened.
Yeah, so yeah, network. Yeah, so like I said, so let me just quickly before because the network keeps fluctuating. Now, the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, right? Talks about the different things that lead. The law of the lead guided me through a lot of things, and the law of the lead says an organization or a team or a company can only grow to the lead or be able to grow your company. You need to first of all grow yourself, right? And so I'll repeat that law again. It says that an organization or a team or a company or a family or whatever, a partnership can only grow to the lead of the leader. Now, what's the lead of the leader? Is the capacity of the leader. So it means that you can't really grow beyond, your own capacity, right? And so that's why it's very important for us to now say that, okay, if you're now going to now grow yourself, what do you do? Grow myself to that level. Now, I'll give you an example. If currently we are leading a team of 5, right? So right now, your lead is leading a team of 5. You can't lead more than a team of 5. And then all of a sudden, you want to grow your company, you want to open more branches, you want to gain more staff. And all of a sudden, you see that your company is ballooning into 20, 30, 40 people, right? To lead, to motivate that team of 5, it won't work. So for you to be able to now move your company from that team of 5 to a team of 20, you need to first and foremost lift that lead, right? Now, in lifting the lead, what do we even do? There's a law. It's called, and that's one of the laws of growth, right? Is the law of awareness. Now, the law of awareness says that for you to grow yourself, you have to know yourself. So if you don't even know your capabilities, you don't know your abilities, you don't know where you are right now, then there's really no way for you to even grow yourself. So self-awareness is very, very, very important in trying to grow your business, because first and foremost, you need to now know how do you react to certain things. So how do you react to stress? How do you react to being happy? How do you react when you have a lot on your plate? If you don't know yourself, then you can't even begin to think about how to grow yourself. One of the things about knowing yourself is that you know that, okay, this is where I am. This is the current level of ability that I have. This is the current level of awareness, sort of, that I have right now. And for me to now be able to grow myself, I need to now take, right? Now, one of the things that you can use to know yourself is personality tests. Now, you see, the amazing thing about personality tests is it brings to the fore a lot of things that happen in your subconscious. And that's why I'm a great advocate of personality tests. Now, you see, anybody that has come to me that for coaching, leadership coaching, because I do a lot of leadership coaching, the first step I tell them to do is to take a personality test, because we can't come up with a personal development plan without that personality test. So the first thing that they do, I tell them to take a personality test. Now, there's so many personality tests out there. There's some that are free, there's some that are paid, whichever one. But the funny thing, as Nigerians will say, better soup na money kill am. If you want to have great impact, you need to go for the paid ones, the ones that really give you a detailed report on what you need to do, right? Now, why is personality test very important? It tells you how you are. It tells you how you connect with people. It tells you how you communicate with people. Because guess what? On this conference, this summit, are either leaders or aspiring leaders. But the thing is that what you need to understand is leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, there are a lot of people that think that they are leaders because of their position. Now, I'm here to tell you that positional leadership or positional influence, the influence you exert on people because of your position, is the lowest level of influence. So if you think that you have to use your position to influence people, it means that you're not even doing a right job. So you tell people, my friend, do this, I'm your manager. Or look, you're exhibiting the lowest level of influence. Now, how do you now, if you now want to lead people, the first thing you need to do is to have influence, to be able to influence them. How do you influence people, right? There's a bit of a, someone coming to stop. So what was I saying? How do you lead people? Do you lead people by influencing them? So how do you influence people? The first way you can influence people is by connecting. Now, a lot of times, a lot of leaders think that, or a lot of business owners, they feel that the best way to do, what's happening? It doesn't work that way. The only way you can get your staff to give you the best is if you're able to connect with them, right? And which still goes back to your personality type. If you take the personality test, it will help you first know your personality style, and then you now know how you can connect with them. Now, one of the ways for you to connect with people is to have integrity, right? Now, your staff won't really connect with you if you're saying one thing and you're acting another.
True.
So you tell your staff that, guys, we need to, but then you're jetting off in a private jet today, tomorrow. There's no integrity. So they feel like, they're just here busting up, doing their best, trying to
lounging,
bust their ass off, and then you're just lounging. So the first step for you to be able to influence people is is integrity. You need to walk your talk. So if you tell them that, guys, we're in a bullish market, we need to cut down costs, they need to see that you too are cutting down costs, right? The second thing, and which is very important, is listening. Now, a lot of people here, but not everybody listens, right? How do you listen? I'll give you guys a very easy way for you to learn how to listen. And you know what? Why is listening important? Because when people come to you and they're talking to you, your staff come to you and they're talking to you, and you're not listening to them, they feel like you don't care about them.
Sure.
And when people feel that you don't care about them, they're not going to go above and beyond, right?
Sure.
So if you want to be able to grow your business, your staff need to put blood, sweat into that thing. Whatever you tell them to do, they need to be present and capable of doing it, right? So listening is very important. So how do you listen? I use an acronym, very easy acronym called LADDER. LADDER, LADDER, right? So the first L is to look at the person that you're talking to. How many times have we come home and especially guys, you come back home, after a hectic day, and then your wife is complaining that you don't listen to me. I'm talking, but I'm listening to you now. And I'm wondering why I'm not? Because you see, she's talking to you and
you're doing something else. True.
Right? So for someone to feel that you're listening to them, the first thing you need to do is to look at them. So once somebody's talking to you, drop the phone, drop that iPad, drop that novel, drop that Kindle, whatever, and look at the person. Even your kids. So they're talking to you, Daddy, you're on the phone, Daddy, listen to me, I'm listening. Oh no, the only way you can listen to somebody is if you look at the person as you're talking to the person, because that forms a connection. Now, so the A, ask questions. The only way that you can actually tell that someone is listening to you, the person is asking questions. So your staff comes to you and say, boss, say going now, what did you sell yesterday? What did we sell yesterday? What do you think? And as you're asking questions, you're seeing that it's even bringing in more ideas, and then you're able to, connect better with them. Then the D, the first D, is don't interrupt. So as much as you're ginger, like me, I'm a very impatient person. But I remind myself, D, don't interrupt. So allow them to finish. When they finish, and then you can now respond, right? The second D, which is the fourth letter, is don't change the subject. Have you ever been in a situation whereby you're talking? From there, out the market, and then the guy is like, I wonder what man is playing today. And you're like, oh my God, I feel like killing myself, right? So that's the problem that we face with that kind of thing, right? Sorry, people keep coming to distract. So don't change the subject. So as much as possible, you need to stay on task. You need to stay where whatever it is that is happening. So what the discussion is going on, start talking about something else, right? The E is emotions. You need to control your emotions. Very important, because somebody can come and tell you something, and then you tick off and you're about to just explode, right? So it's very important for you to calm yourself and remember that you need to control your emotions. And I'll still go back to the personality test. When you do the personality test, you know the kind of things that trigger you. Once you are aware of the things that trigger
you, stay away from it.
Guys, I'll tell you, we live our life subconsciously. Let me ask you a question. When you because you drove to work subconsciously, and it's the brain's way of operating. It's called the heuristics. What the brain does is that it tries to single information that comes to you. Once you get an information, it just helps you just, create shortcuts and then it moves with it. So that way you don't have to always, how do I put it? You don't have to always overthink things. Change the gear. You have to look at the clutch. Okay, I'm matching clutch now. Okay, I'm matching the brake now. But as you got better, you just change gear and move. It's the brain's own way of connecting, forming connections so that you don't have to think too much, so that it can free your brain space for you to do other things. But because of that, the brain's natural tendency is to do things unconsciously. So get upset. You hear the same thing, it triggers you get upset. Then the brain now says, okay, let's make a shortcut so that you don't have to think about it. Remember, once you hear this, get upset. Once you hear this, get upset. So if you're not very aware and you're not very conscious of, who you are, you tend to just get upset. And then they're asking you, so why are you upset? You're like, R is responsive. You need to be very responsive. So you can't just be talking to somebody and then the person just, because we say look, because we say ask questions, because we say don't change subject, because we say don't interrupt and keep your emotions down. I'm just looking at the person like this. Without that way, you can be actively listening to whoever it is that you're talking to, right? So those are the two things that I'll give you to to start you thinking about gaining influence and trying to influence your people, right? And then so Harvard Business came up to an article, right, written by Daniel Goleman, and he talks about who are leaders and who are the people that are leaders. So what are the components that make up a leader, right? And the first thing is self-awareness, which is still thing is, take personality tests, ask people. You can even ask people for feedback. So how do I behave in this situation? How do I behave in that situation? You can do a 360-degree appraisal, right? The other one is self-regulation. So once you are now self-aware, then self-regulation. So you need to be able to regulate yourself and say that, okay, I know that when this happens, right? I tend to do this. And when that life is you tend to interact better, right? Now, well, before we close, I just want to take us through, and we're talking about this whole self-awareness thing. What exactly is self-awareness, right? So I did a teaching a while back on the 7 levels of awareness, and I'll just go through it with us now just to close out. So it's animal awareness. Now, in animal awareness, we're not sure why we do things. You don't interact, you react. So if you find yourself abusing somebody in traffic just because the person cut in front of you, I'm sorry to say, man, but you're an animal level of awareness. Because you didn't react, you didn't interact, control your emotions. And that means that person owns you. So if you come in happy, your wife cooked for you, or your husband gave you breakfast in bed, and you get to work, and your staff do something, and you find yourself pissed, and the whole day you're upset, you're on animal level of awareness. I'm sorry to say, right? Now, the second level of awareness is mass awareness. Be like sheep. If you do things because every other person is doing it. So a lot of businesses, you say, I'm going to go on Instagram. I'm going to do Instagram live. And your friend is asking you, so why are you going live? I don't know, but I saw this person doing it. That means that live, they happen. I have to do it. then you're a mass level of awareness. It means that you're only doing it because of
other people.
your actions. Ask questions. Why am I doing this? Why am I setting this in place? So somebody comes and says that, pay stack. Okay, I want to do pay stack, but then your pay stack is not working. Meanwhile, you haven't asked yourself, why am I even doing pay stack? With the people you are selling to, maybe you're selling, let's say, for example, cola nuts.
Do you know what pay stack is?
You need to always ask yourself why it is that you do certain things you do. Now, the third level is aspiration, and this, guys, is one of the most difficult levels, and is one of the most deceitful levels. And this is when you aspire to change. You make great declarations of aspirations. Guess what happens in the aspiration level? A lot of people on the first of
January,
I'm going to make 2 million naira, I'm going to work out, I'm going to do. One mistake that happens, one issue that happens, it hits them off. And you see, the funny thing is that aspiration is that we keep aspiring. And because we keep aspiring, we're aspiring to a future that is so sweet. We think that, okay, it sort of gingers us. And the worst part is, your parents and family, guys, I'm going to lose weight. 3 months down the line, they saw that you haven't lost the weight. Nobody's going to ask you, bro, how far with that aspiration that you made? No, they just look at you. So you see, on that aspiration level, you are deceiving your own self, right? So the fourth one is individual expression, and this is where the growth starts to happen. So this is when your personal growth starts to happen. This is when you step out and act. Okay, sorry, the network went off a bit. So you have an idea that you want to, start working out. You have an idea that you're doing, and then you start acting on it. But guess what? Just because you act on it doesn't mean that life is just going to allow you, right? Achieving your goals, a trailer will just come and jam you. Bam. I'm not saying like literally, but that's when issues start to happen. I'll give you guys an example. I remember when we opened the pharmacy 2 years ago, 2 years ago, and my wife and I, and we had scraped and saved and added money. We're not even able to fill up the shelves with drugs. And at that point, we tampered glass, everything is cool, so that the place will look really nice. And guess what? That day, somehow, when they were putting it, the glass door fell down and it shattered. So at that point, I was expressing my individual desire, my aspiration to open a pharmacy. But then life happened, and then the glass door fell down. And one side of the door was 150,000 naira. We didn't have enough money, so we still had to cough up
to replace the door.
If pain comes, and it's the same thing with going to the gym. So beginning, you say, okay, I'm going to lose weight, but then you start going to the gym. This is you expressing your individual aspiration. But guess what happens when you go to the gym? Your whole body pains you. Your brain is paining you, your mind, your eyes, everywhere, your leg is paining you. But that, you know what, I'm not going to continue working out. No. So when you keep at it, when you go through the pain and you pass through, guess what? Pain, you see, greatness is found on the other side of fear. So also greatness is found on the other side of pain. When you stick with it and you keep going through that pain, guess what? You get to the level 5, and level 5 is discipline. And this, you go act on it. So you tell yourself that, I'm start having integrity, whereby you tell your staff, guys, we're going to save money this year. And then you ditch your private jet, you ditch all those flimsy journey to Dubai and whatever, until when the tides pass. So this is the point where, you give yourself a command and stick with it, right? Now, the sixth level is experience. After you've been able to give yourself that command and stick with it, you gain experience. If you commit and you go through pain consistently, every time you commit to something, you aspire, you commit, you go through pain, you gain discipline in that thing. The next thing is the experience. So what happens in experience? You come with wisdom. It's a manifestation of wisdom because you've experienced it. I'll give you guys an example. Like, for example, if I'm going to open another pharmacy and the glass door, and I'm going to install a glass door, I have experience that glass doors are liable to break. So what's going to happen? We're not going to install that door until when we're about to launch. Then the door will be the last thing we install, and then we'll make sure that everything is set. Even if it happens that, we install the glass door and it breaks,
you won't feel it.
I won't feel it because I've had that experience, right? And so the highest level, which, after your experience, is mastery. Have you ever thought about it that you're about to eat and NEPA takes light? Do you stop eating because there's no light? You mastered it. But you see, as a child, when you start eating as a child, what happens? You're messy everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes food enter your nose, you're choking. But with time, go through the pain.
You know where your mouth is.
Gain that experience. You gain mastery. So in your business, in whatever it is that you're doing, right, it's very important for you to stick with the pain. I've seen a lot of people that start a business and then the first hint of stress, they cave out. They're like, oh my God, I can't do this. This is not meant for me, right? So sometimes you need to stick through the pain and then, go. And lastly, this is the point. After you gain mastery, this is the point where you now start causing things to happen. You become causative. So this is the point whereby you declare, right? It's no more, you are past that aspiration level. You declare, you give yourself a command because you have that discipline. Then you act on it because you have mastery, right? So I'll stop here and, thank you very much for having me. I hope that I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that you can only grow your business if you're able to, grow yourself. And, just to wrap up, if anybody on the call needs, a leadership coach, and that's what I do, you need to take one of the personality tests. I administer the DISC personality test. You can reach out to me. Grace will tell you how to reach out, and then you can take it from there. Thank you guys very much for joining in. I hope I've not bored you to death. Not too much talk.
No, it's really been an amazing experience. Like, I've learned a lot. You need to see my notes right now. It's filled, and it's amazing. Taking us through all of the levels of awareness. I like the illustration you gave of how. We started as a child, when we want to eat, we get messy until we get to the point where even while with my eyes closed, I can eat. Like, I can sleep and eat at the same time. So thank you so much for opening our eyes to understanding that personal growth indeed is a key to business growth because it cuts across several areas of our business. Thank you so much, OTHMAN. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, everyone who is here, who is watching us right now. Thank you so much for, giving your time to investing into your business. So we'll be sending you a mail with all the details you need to reach OTHMAN with. He's an amazing leadership coach. Like, you need him in your life and your business. So once you get that mail, please feel free to reach out to him. Feel free to send him a mail. Feel free to, send whatever it is, reach out to him and connect with him. You will really learn a lot. And for the DISC personality test, yes, it's going to be amazing for you to take that test because self-mastery is the beginning. Yeah. And he has a book. It is called Push. Propel yourself to someplace higher. So you can also reach out to him to get that book. And then we'll be doing a challenge at the end of the Smart Boss Summit. So just one person will stand a chance to get that book. It's amazing. The testimonials that have come from that book is great. Trust me, you need to be able to push yourself to someplace higher. The higher places are there, but the higher places won't come down to you. You need to move yourself. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, OTHMAN. I appreciate everyone for being on this call. So see you in the other sessions. Have an amazing day. And from us, facilitators at the Smart Boss Summit, We say thank you so much and have a great day.
Have a lovely day.
And you too, have a great day, everyone.